The Arkham Institute stands tall, a monument to the relentless pursuit of knowledge. A beacon in the medical field, the Arkham Institute is renowned for its trailblazing research, pushing boundaries where others fear to tread. Its imposing edifice houses some of the brightest minds and their groundbreaking endeavors, offering a glimmer of hope to those in dire straits. Enter Sarah, a young woman caught in the throes of a life-threatening condition. Desperate yet hopeful, she is drawn to the Arkham Institute, lured by the promise of innovative treatments and the chance at a new lease on life. Her youthful optimism paints the Institute as a sanctuary, a haven where science conquers affliction. But beneath the veneer of medical advancement, a darker narrative unfolds. Hidden corners of the Institute echo with whispers of unorthodox methods and ethically dubious practices. Little did Sarah know, the Arkham Institute was far from the beacon of hope she had imagined. Sarah's journey into the abyss began with a simple signature on a dotted line. With a hopeful heart and a dream of contributing to the betterment of humanity, she stepped into the enigmatic world of the Arkham Institute. Yet little did she know that her optimism was about to be tested against the gruesome reality of the Institute's methods. The initial days seemed innocuous. Sarah was subjected to routine physicals, blood tests, and psychological evaluations. However, as the days turned into weeks, the nature of the experiments began to change, to morph into something more sinister. The scent of sterilized metal and clinical disinfectant was soon replaced by the stench of fear and desperation. Sarah's optimism, once as bright as a beacon, began to flicker and fade, overwhelmed by the growing dread that filled her. Every day she was pushed further into the abyss, her body and mind subjected to tests that defied her understanding. Metal instruments, cold and impersonal, probed and prodded, their purpose as elusive as the doctor's empathy. The Arkham Institute, once a beacon of hope, started to reveal its monstrous face. The halls echoed with whispers of forbidden knowledge, of experiments that tread on the very edge of morality and sanity. The once pristine white walls seemed to close in on her, the shadows dancing ominously as if mocking her plight. Her nights were filled with nightmares, the terror of the day spilling over into her dreams. The once sterile environment of the Institute was now a labyrinth of horror, each corner holding a new terror. It was as though the Institute itself was alive, feeding on her fear, growing stronger with her every shudder. The doctors, once seen as saviors, had become tormentors, their faces hidden behind masks of indifference. Their cold, calculated demeanor only served to amplify the terror, making the line between medical research and torture increasingly blurred. Sarah's journey had taken a dark turn. She was no longer a participant in a medical experiment, but a pawn in a game she did not understand. With each passing day, the line between medical research and torture became more blurred. Beneath the sterile white lab coats and polished floors, a sinister force stirred. In the cold, clinical confines of the Arkham Institute, an eerie presence began to unfurl. What was initially a quest for scientific discovery had taken a dark, unanticipated turn. Sarah, the once willing participant, now found herself ensnared in a terrifying reality. As the experiments progressed, the researchers stumbled upon an entity of unknown origin, an eldritch force. It was neither of this world nor the next, but a hideous amalgamation of both. It was a force that defied the laws of nature, twisting the very fabric of reality. Sarah, trapped in this endless nightmare, faced the brunt of its malevolence. The sterile silence of the laboratory was shattered by inexplicable sounds, whispers that echoed in the stillness, spectral figures that flitted in the periphery of her vision. Her heart pounded in her chest like a drum, a relentless rhythm of fear. Even the air around her seemed to shift, growing thick with an unnameable dread. The fluorescent lights flickered as if in sync with her escalating terror, casting an unsettling dance of shadows across the stark white walls. Sarah's world became a chilling tableau of horror. The once indifferent medical staff now wore expressions of concealed panic, their professional facades cracking under the strain of the unearthly phenomena. The experiments, once a source of intrigue, had become a macabre spectacle of the unknown. The eldritch force, initially a scientific curiosity, was now a monstrous entity that held the entire institute in its chilling grip. Yet, amid the terror, Sarah's survival instincts began to stir. The fear that had once paralyzed her was now propelling her towards a desperate plan of escape. She understood that the Arkham Institute was no longer a place of healing, but a haunted labyrinth from which she must escape. Sarah was no longer a patient, she had become a prisoner of the unseen terror. In the dead of night, Sarah found the courage to defy her captors. In the hushed stillness, her heart pounded like a frenzied drum, echoing the desperate rhythm of survival. She was trapped in the Arkham Institute, a place where the line between science and abomination was not just crossed, but obliterated. She had to escape. The labyrinthine corridors of the Institute twisted and turned, a maze designed to confound and disorient. Sarah, however, was driven by a primal instinct, a raw determination that refused to yield. Every shadow seemed to pulse with menace, every silence pregnant with the whisper of unseen horrors. Yet she pressed on. The eerie stillness was punctured by the distant hum of arcane machinery, a grim testament to the unspeakable experiments conducted in the heart of the Institute. Her path was strewn with the grotesque remnants of those experiments, a chilling gallery of the macabre. Each encounter was a grim reminder of the fate she was racing against. The images seared into her mind, a haunting echo of the Institute's grotesque legacy. Here, in this unhallowed place, she found herself stalked not only by the tangible threat of her captors, but also by an eldritch force, an unseen terror that seemed to seep from the very walls of the Institute. It was as if the Institute itself was alive, its blood-curdling pulse a chilling symphony of dread. Yet, in the face of such insurmountable odds, Sarah did not falter. She was a beacon of resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human will. Through the labyrinth of terror, she carved her path, fueled by a potent cocktail of fear and determination. And then finally, there it was. Freedom. The world outside the Institute was a stark contrast, a realm of normalcy and calm. She emerged from the shadowy confines, her body scarred, her spirit battered, but undefeated. Sarah escaped the Institute, but the horrors she had witnessed forever imprinted on her soul. Sarah's ordeal had ended, but the echoes of Arkham Institute still haunted her. A chilling epilogue to a tale of terror and torment, a story that undoubtedly leaves us with a sense of disquiet. The aftermath of Sarah's grueling experience at the Arkham Institute is a haunting reminder of the human capacity for unbridled curiosity and the potential horrors it can unleash. After her nightmarish escape, Sarah found herself in a world that seemed both familiar yet eerily alien. The once comforting humdrum of daily life now held sinister undertones. The innocuous ticking of a clock, a simple medical checkup, even the sterile scent of antiseptic, all were transformed into grim reminders of her time in that dimly lit laboratory. Sarah's life had irrevocably changed. She was no longer just a woman, but a survivor of an ordeal that had tested the limits of her sanity and endurance. She bore the scars, both visible and invisible, of the Arkham Institute's relentless pursuit of knowledge, a pursuit that had crossed all ethical boundaries. And therein lies the crux of our narrative. The experiments conducted at the Arkham Institute, under the guise of scientific advancement, were nothing short of a gross violation of human rights. They tested the boundaries not only of medical ethics, but also of humanity itself. As we delve deeper into this chilling narrative, we are forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. The real horror lies not in the eldritch force that Sarah encountered, but in the cold, calculated actions of her fellow humans. When science is divorced from empathy, it can become a tool of unimaginable horror, a sentiment echoed in Sarah's experience. Her story is a grim reminder of the potential for brutality that lies at the intersection of unchecked curiosity and the absence of ethical constraints. It is a stark warning of the consequences of allowing the ends to justify the means. The Arkham Institute, once a beacon of medical innovation, had become a house of horrors. Its legacy, a chilling testament to the perils of unchecked scientific ambition. The ethical implications of its experiments are a stark reminder of the need for a moral compass in the pursuit of knowledge. For without it, we risk losing our humanity in the quest for progress. Sarah's story is a chilling parable, a tale of survival against all odds. It is a testament to the indomitable human spirit and a stark reminder of the ethical dilemmas that can arise in the quest for knowledge. Her experience underscores the importance of empathy and ethical boundaries in all areas of life, including scientific research. Sarah might have escaped the Arkham Institute, but the Institute and the horrors within its walls would never truly leave her. And so we are left with a chilling reminder of the potential for horror that can lurk in the most unexpected places, in the pursuit of knowledge and in the hearts of men. A reminder that while science can lead us to great discoveries, it can also lead us down a path of unimaginable horrors. Let Sarah's story serve as a beacon, a warning against the perils of unchecked ambition and the importance of maintaining our humanity in the face of progress.